I didn't see.
9's a hard roll to beat.
The resolution's so low on Discord.
I don't know why that happens.
Why? What happened?
Why my
Discord resolution's just not great. Maybe it's because you're uploading to YouTube. Chewing up your bandwidth.
We're live on YouTube with Mitch's match, just so everybody knows in here.
Wait, so that means that what I say is on YouTube?
It's true.
Oh my goodness, I'm famous. With my awful earbuds for my microphone. I don't even have my studio quality microphone here.
Rough.
Is this how people sideboard?
Oh, Mitch, you don't want those. You can run some movables in this matchup.
Oh, almost definitely. Is there a color?
I will never be letting him live that one down.
I assume we're playing with pre-ban chain.
Yeah.
Okay.
This week's matchups are using before the announcement. Heroes were already selected.
Gotcha. All right.
Embodiments were the same.
Yeah, he still gets unlimited embodiments.
Yeah.
Still gets his wall lightnings.
Chain can shackle as many times per turn as he wants.
Nice. Dude, I didn't know that was a change from the BNR.
Yeah, effective immediately. Chain can just spam it.
Nice. So you're saying I should go PM that person on Facebook that was selling grass for 140?
Yeah.
Nice.
So just make 50 shackles and then win the game on your next turn?
Mill the entire deck and hope you can kill them.
How would you not be able to? How many zero go
resources? Well, the problem is having enough go again.
Well, if you mill the whole deck, you just also.
Oh, right. No, if you had infinite shackles, you could just. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. In this imaginary world where chain shackles infinitely.
Once again, you guys are just professional balancers. What if chain could do it infinite times? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and Seeds of Agony sucks. It's fine.
Hey, we gave it a respectable score of 7.6 or something.
7.6. That's incredibly precise.
Do we know who won the roll?
Well, we had 3 people, and we each gave a score, and we averaged it.
Interesting.
It was all grainy when they were rolling. I didn't see.
Have you tried?
Oh, Mitch rolled a 9.
Better marketing, and by that I mean not decimals, in your 1 through 10 rankings?
There was 3 of us, and we averaged it.
Yeah,
so
2
truncated.
of us gave it an 8, and 1 gave it a 7.
Yeah. So truncated.
No.
Put it at 7.
I know you can't see face down cards, but can you see like counts in a deck? Like, can you see how many cards each player has?
Dang.
Spectator can't do any of that.
Curious how big his deck is right now.
Yeah.
You brought a bunch in. I didn't see him bring a bunch out. Damn, he's really shuffling.
He's been known to run a 68er.
I would imagine.
Yo, Oldham Tunic, let's go.
Interesting.
Just watch. It's good.
Okay, pretty standard for both players. Surprised the Aether Iron Wave comes in.
Why is this dude have a question mark in his hand?
That's a good question.
Most likely just a die or a counter picked up on accident.
Yeah, so the Aether Iron Wave comes in here for the big explosive turn later to push over Oldham's defenses. Getting the 2 resources on a huge turn is better than getting 1 every now and then.
Is Mitch playing more of like a late game pitch stacking style strategy rather than like a mid range or an aggro?
In this matchup, yeah, that's what you go for. You put in the Eclipse and all your cheap stuff. Like there's probably multiple, at least 2 inverts in there. Gonna need those to get out.
You're the thing that you did to me when I died horribly.
Yeah. You have to play 6 blood deck. You have to stack so you can play 6 blood deck cards and get Ursa out, and also deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, I remember dying to that.
Yeah. I don't
Are we trying for like real commentary, or are we just memeing the whole time?
Pretty real
Both.
commentary, but some memeing intermix.
I don't know how many non-attacks Oldham's going to send to the graveyard in this matchup. I don't know if invert will actually deal damage. It's possible because there's stuff like I don't know. So I can't recall the name. Some of the ice cards are non-attacks that he would put in his deck.
Winter's Bite and Polar Blast are
Polar
the two
Blast.
main ones.
And that one, Terra Sunder.
But I
Yeah,
doubt they would
that
get
other one.
blocked with, so they probably won't end up in the graveyard. So the inverts may not be live this game. Oh, Terra Sunder, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that'll get blocked with every once in a while, or played or something.
Well, one's going to the bottom, so we won't be seeing that one.
What is he doing with all his resources? He should have one floating in.
Are we attacking on turn 1?
His opponent used his blue for the rune chant, the crackles 1, and then the 1 for the shield. So his opponent has no resource. And then Mitch used his 3, 2 for the grass, 1 for the Rosetta.
It's interesting that we're attacking here.
Oh yes, the rune chant. I forgot there was a rune chant and the crackle one coming in.
Yep.
I suppose he can't crown
Opponent
this
full
turn.
blocked it.
He does get a damage through.
Impressive against Oldham. What is that card
What?
in hand?
What is that counter below Mitch's shackles? Did he take damage?
No.
It's so grainy it looks like it says 37 or something.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh yeah, okay.
Opponent still's a question mark.
He's moving the question mark. He almost got it out of his hand, whatever it is.
Oh, is it a tunic reminder?
Oh. Interesting.
I would hope not. That seems
Oh, just an icy
like
whale?
too much.
Oh, we're just swinging whale. So are we thinking he's got pummel in hand here?
That'd be interesting.
I mean, he's just swinging whale with a 4-card hand. Just get something in arsenal. Maybe he's got some defense reactions.
Maybe his game plan against Chain is just slow, methodical.
Yep, just swing whale every turn, nothing else.
It could kill Chain eventually.
He could pummel here and arsenal something spicy. I mean, really any card in arsenal slot for Oldham is spicy because Crown of Seeds exists.
Winter's Whale, once per turn action.
Please
Coming
no.
for 4 with a frostbite.
4 frostbite threat.
I think Chain has a good shot of paying through the frostbites, actually.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
lot of
not
blues in the
that
deck.
detrimental. It's mostly the damage here you just need to keep under control while you pitch stack. But you do need to deal damage through the early and mid game too. You're not gonna one-shot them later. You want to get some chip in. Tossing a Seeping Shadows here is okay. There's probably at least one more in the deck. They're pretty expensive, so you wouldn't be expecting to play multiple of them later.
Well, we're off to a good start. Hits the very first one.
Nice. I mean, if it was me, that would be an Art of War, but is that a blue Unhallowed Rites? Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull up the YouTube.
You are going to be behind.
I just want to be able to see the cards. Slightly better.
Blue Marvin Skies. Paying 1 for Marvin Skies, huh?
Did he pitch a red for that?
No, blue.
There's a blue. So you should have
There's-
one floating.
there's the resources.
2 floating.
So go again.
Way to pay through a frostbite.
Actually,
0.
it's just the next attack, right?
Oh, blue is
The
one.
next
Blue
Rune
zero.
Blade attack. And if it hits, it would create 1 frostbite. I mean, gosh dang it. It would create a rune chant. Not a frostbite.
You were all a little bit a little off here.
Yeah, we've been out of the game for a bit. I
A
actually
lot of
forgot
practice.
the names of a lot of the cards.
Yeah, I couldn't say rune chant for a while when I was watching you play.
I think
Too
at one
good.
point he said seismic surge.
Dude, I'll take a
Yellow
I'll take a
footsteps.
glacial footsteps for a 2 damage attack.
Okay, my YouTube is really behind. Back to the Discord.
Yeah, I'm watching in Discord, but I'm using YouTube to see the cards more clearly.
Let me try something.
Lower the FPS. Oh my gosh, it's
Really
so
bad.
crisp. Alright, Oldham doing Oldham things. Is this a crown
So
picture?
can you guys
Yeah.
see everything without me hovering it now pretty good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks way better now.
Alright, we prevented both arcane, one with crown, one with arcane barrier 1. Blocking here with a
Okay.
Oldham specialization. Can't remember the name.
Oakenold.
Yeah. Okay, 2-card hand. Probably swings whale, puts a card in arsenal.
Yeah, that'll probably be the game plan for most of this game.
For the next 10 turns, 20 turns. Is it icy?
Nope.
Depending on Mitch's hand, occasionally you'll just take 4 if your hand is looking, especially when it's not a frostbite, Winter's Whale. Eating 4 if all 5 cards could be played is pretty good. You're probably going to get more damage through than him. Ooh, blocking with
Walk with a
Howl from
howl.
Beyond. Hopefully he's got a he just played 2 Unhallowed Rites, didn't he?
He pitched one, played one.
Pitch.
So the bottom of his deck looks like Mauvrian Skies into Unhallowed Rites. Blue.
It's not too
Opponent
bad to block
pitched
with the
a blue Polar
Howls.
Blast into a Staunch.
Unfortunate banishes there. The Howl will be recycled eventually with a Unhallowed Rites, but I feel like you want to play it as many times as possible in a match.
The Guardian blues are so good on their own. It almost doesn't even matter that they're blues. Like Terra Sunder's amazing, Blue Staunch, Blue Disable, Pulse of Eisenloft. Like all that is good
Yeah,
as
their
a card.
numbers. Yeah. Even as blues, their numbers are just high enough for most scenarios. Especially
Like-
Staunch. Staunch is a gross card. Pitch
Yeah.
extra, it blocks for a blue defense reaction that blocks for what, 8, right?
Well, it's 5, and then you add when you pay
4, I
more.
believe.
Yeah.
So it goes from 5 to 8 if you pay 4 extra. So 2 blues.
Yeah, but I mean, it just fits the game plan so well. Like you're activating Shield and playing Staunch already because it only costs 2.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're doing the 2 blues and Staunch for 8 on a big attack. It's just like so versatile.
There's a red ghostly visit coming in. Is this without go again? I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he's
shackled
shackled.
here.
He's shackled. He banished 2 at the start of the turn. Still only has 2 shackles.
Yeah.
Interesting. I
So
don't
just,
know if there's
Yeah, that'll be his
something to
turn.
be said for being conservative with your shackles because that's probably what's going to fatigue you the fastest.
Yeah. He could be slow burning it, just looking to pitch stack certain things, banish a couple of good cards. Unsure if that was a missed, if he
This
meant to shackle
Could be a
there.
pummel.
Oh man, is that
Moon is. Oh yeah.
He's
He's
Wait,
got 1 on
only-
Tunic.
one floating? Oh my gosh,
Just
it's
something
got to
to
be
think
right.
about.
That would be the ideal card to be in Arsenal right now. But
Say
he crowns every turn.
Say it's pummel. What are the odds you block 10 here?
0.
Depends
Not
on
good. Yeah,
you're probably not. If your hand was like literally nothing, you might. But
Oop.
you're already trying to fight the fatigue, so I don't think you commit your whole hand.
if you're blocking 10 here, you're giving him probably 2 pieces of armor and 2 cards. I don't think your 3-card hand here is very good.
Do you just let it eat to your arsenal? That's the best way to mitigate the pommel, because then you lose your 2.
And take 10.
Yeah. The other option is that if you don't block this and he does pommel, you're still going down a card, but you're taking 10 and the arsenal. So you still net 3 cards, but you keep 10 life.
Oh,
Okay.
no pommel. Just
So no, does
losing a
not
red
pommel.
ghostly visit. That's reasonable.
Nice call by Mitch.
Yeah, I think
It's like
so.
folding in poker. He just knew.
I think even if there's a pommel there, that's still your best avenue. Because you're not like racing here. So like Oldham can get a chunk in every now and then.
Right. And if he does block 10, his opponent doesn't have to pommel. He just goes, okay, you lost 3 cards.
Right.
3 cards.
If you're gonna play around pommel this turn, you have to play around pommel the rest of the game. Like you
Mhm.
gotta let it happen at some point.
So red Riftbind, blue Bounty Demagon.
Curious if the Riftbind's gonna sit here for a couple turns, but he is playing a Sonata right now, so if he has like another non-attack action, I wouldn't be surprised to Riftbind for 5 or more here.
Huh. Sonata
Invert's
default.
going to the bottom. That's gonna be important for Urser later. So the thing about Sonata, actually, I don't think I would run Sonata in this deck due to, I mean, you're trying to pitch stack, right? And now you've shuffled your deck. So all of that, any progress there is now shuffled up.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, like there is the belittle package, and you can use it until you start stacking specific cards. Like once you've started using, what is the card called? Unhallowed Rites, and putting those howls back on the bottom, you really don't want to shuffle that. So that would be the point at which you would stop shuffling your deck. So maybe finding these sonatas and shuffle effects real early is fine.
I think the odds of him sonating a bunch and still having a second cycle is pretty high.
Especially here, his pitch deck was not very impressive. Blue Unhallowed, blue Mauvrian, I believe blue Belittle, and now a blue Invert. It would have been a lot of blues in a row.
Yeah.
He knew.
Putting
He knew
invert
that,
at
he
the
knew the
bottom is
Sonata
good.
was coming.
If you're gonna reset it, invert is one of those cards you want to be at the start of your pitch stack. That's just one. That's like you need the inverts to get Urser to work, unless you have just an absolutely crazy nutty turn, because you just don't have enough cards to play these days without Seeds of Agony. It's really hard to get enough go again to play like 4 attacks. So the inverts, one resource each. You can play them just on any 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard, just to play a blood debt card in general.
Looks like he is leaving the Riftbind for later.
Command and Conquer is a card I wasn't sure I wanted to play against Oldhim because of the crown, but it is still a 6 damage attack that forces them to crown. So it's just it's a good threat. Command and Conquer turns out is a good card.
Stays good.
But it was in fact not. Actually, it was kind of nerfed due to the ban. Plunder Run into Command and Conquer is a great way to make your opponent get up and leave the table, but still an all-star card. Pitching a channel here to send an Icy Whale over. What do you Oldhim players think about not setting up to play channel here?
I think whale is best when it's coming over and over and over and over, and usually that's worth it pitching the channel. And channel, like, it's still in your deck. I feel like most times I'm setting things up, I care way more about it being in my deck than being in my hand.
I actually think Channel late game here is also way better because
yeah.
Mitch is looking for a pitch stack, and if he can stick a channel later in the game when he has 7 or 8 shackles, it will hard hamper one of his turns.
That's true. If he were to say pitch stack his own like several channels close together and like keep like 3 or 4 turns of channel going, Chain might just die to blood debt without being able to play those cards out.
And he already has a good life lead here too, so if he can do that, he's looking pretty good.
We got 3
You're seeing
additional
some
blood
wild
deck.
banishes this game.
From the Oldham perspective, I feel like I'm playing the permanents half the time anyway. Like I'm playing the crown, the shield, and the weapon, and so I often look at like how much does it block for? Does it pitch? Is it ice? And then the text.
Okay. I think the what is that scythe card right there? It costs 2 if you've dealt arcane. It has go again, I believe.
Rip through reality.
Yeah, rip through reality is a little suspect here because arcane damage is not gonna get through, and it costs 2. It is a threat though that he can play from the banish zone. 4 damage on the red.
Pretty expensive banish here too. Probably take at least a couple blood die here.
Yeah, you got the 3 cost. Seeping Shadows is not something you want to see banished this early. That's like helpful in like mid game big turns because it costs 3. I mean, he does have an arsenal card and 3 cards in hand. He could play that here. That would buff the Riftbind +1. I'm gonna step away for a second. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Cringe.
Yeah, I'm worried that Mitch is not doing enough damage early on. He's already down 9 in a game where you just kind of chip him out.
Yeah, and as much as we talked about it being okay that he's using Sonatas, like the pitch stack plan better come together pretty quick here.
Mm-hmm.
Oldham's taking a long walk through the park right now.
Yep. He accidentally put it on top. There he goes. You choose to draw a card off a Lightning Strike?
Okay, where are we at?
He Lightning Strike for 5, withdraw a card.
Mm,
And now he is flashing in a red plunder run with a creeper.
Same
Plunder Run from Arsenal?
situation you're in, Justin. If you're thinking like, oh, this doesn't have go again, and you're just waiting for the creepers play, like from the defense perspective.
Yeah. I like to play creepers when it's not obvious as much as possible, but sometimes you just need that action point to go wider. But like playing let's see, Tomo Findall is my favorite target for it because you have to already have go again anyway because it's not gonna net you an action point. So like I did earlier, E-Strike go again with it already had go again. No, I think I chose go again as the mode, and then I did creepers to play the tome, which wasn't like a gotcha effect. It was just convenient to play it at instant speed. But like if you can make them, if it's not super predictable that you're about to creepers, it's great to throw in a plunder run there, net 2 action points, or end up with 2 action points, and then get that draw surprise. Sometimes though, you just can't do it. Draw card, easily one of my favorite modes from E-Strike.
Playing around that was not hard for Oldham. Just because of the defense reactions. I do like the earth activate there too. I think it makes a lot of sense.
So he's seems like he's saving his arsenal slot. He didn't just crown for that. Oh, I see.
Yep, and then from hopefully, I mean, for the Oldham, you just have your ice card and you're ready to rinse and repeat. I mean, this is probably the biggest turn Mitch has had, and it's still.
It has not netted any damage.
Not enough, yeah.
I mean, I wasn't paying enough attention, but like the fact that he has 2 sync blows right now, he could have been holding them, which is pretty impressive. just to be that like laid back and disciplined and prevent damage in a bunch of other ways.
Yeah, it looks like Mitch will not be getting an attack through. Very surprised he doesn't throw the rip through reality here. I know it's easily blockable, but it would force his opponent to block with another card from hand, which would leave him with one card. So he would either have to swing the whale or set up crown for the turn after.
Also, just more blood debt he can get out of his graveyard.
Yeah,
Because now he has to take care of it next turn.
Yeah. Especially if he lands more blood debt cards, it's going to start getting really difficult to play all these expensive cards out of Banish Zone. Mitch takes 3 damage from blood debt here. Creepers are also dead. No arcane damage got through.
Yeah, not a great turn. He took more damage than his opponent and lost a spellbound creepers.
He has 5 in
Yeah.
hand right now.
Yeah, and your next card.
Looks like he arsenaled the last card he had in hand and drew 4. He just drew.
There we go.
He arsenaled. Fishing another Lake Frigid for whale here. Sticking with your fundamentals, Eric.
He's got back-to-back channels now too. This will not be easy to break through later.
Oh yeah, if these end games meet up, that's gonna be rough. But the one thing is that Shane's gonna go through the deck much faster. So I'm not sure if Oldham is going to see those channels again before they're relevant. But he does crown almost every turn. He is gonna miss this turn. With that just accelerates the cycle of his deck. But I don't know. Chain's about to hit 5 shackles, and the deck is going to start just deleting itself. All right, what does he want to see here? Cheap stuff, really. That one's not cheap. Got a second Seeping Shadows in the Banish Zone. Two Shadow Aversirs is... Those are good to work with. You can get... Is it banish any card? And if it has... No, you have to banish a blood deck, right? When you attack with it.
He's banished 2 Artivores. There's no way to play those at that point, right?
No, those are just gone. Yeah, so the card has to have blood debt. Unfortunately, that means he can't use it to pull like Eclipse out of his hand if he were to have that. Oh, we see the 3rd Art of War in the arsenal.
Well, that's the only one you get this turn, Justin. You better make use of it. And by Justin, I mean Mitch.
I imagine... Ooh, do you think we're saying go again or +1 here?
Maybe both.
No, you have to do Banish Draw too, right? That's just required when you're playing Art of War and Chain.
I don't know. I kind of like the +1 and go again. When your banish is already this big and you have 3 cards in hand still to play with.
That's true.
You kind of need to empty this banish a little bit.
2 of them are free though, and if he did a Banish Draw 2, he could look for blood deck cards to pull from his hand with the... It looks like he did.
Looks like he's gonna vanish.
Oh, he is banished. Okay, I thought he was playing it. So we have +1 and Banish Draw 2 here as the modes. I assume that's what the counter...
Yeah, most likely. Still isn't shackled yet.
He could go again a lot here.
Yeah, if you hit a couple blood debt cards, he can shadow blood debt, go again, soul shackle, go again.
Okay, looks like we're gonna pitch a card here to get go again from Seeping Shadows. This will give it +1 and go again to a card that costs 1 or less. It's good to get those out. Hopefully, for his sake, this turns makes it a little bit of a beefier turn. maybe deal more damage to his opponent than himself. So that's going to be 4 go
4?
again.
Or yep.
Interesting to use it on a card that could inherently gain go again. Maybe he doesn't have any blood debt cards in hand. He would like to pull it out with.
May not have any. May not have 2. He does have a
Yeah.
second shadow.
Maybe the other one goes in.
Looks like a block for 3, take 1. Oh, he's gonna use the shield also.
Is there a way he deals? He could shackle and swing Rosetta to try to get. Actually, does he just guarantee the arcane? Yeah, if he shackles and plays Rosetta, he will guarantee 1 arcane damage. Or unless I guess Oldhim could hero power, but oh no, that's a defense reaction. He would have to hero power right now to like queue up a damage shield. But if Rosetta deals 1 arcane damage here, then the Rip Through Realities will have go again. If he's sitting on a handful of blues, of course.
He is shackling.
1 resource available. Looks like he's considering just shackling a Rip. Are they both red or is 1 blue?
One's blue.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting.
Okay, he's gonna run
Right.
the Rosetta.
He is going to swing Rosetta, so I don't believe there's a way Oldhim stops both arcane here.
Yeah, not without the arsenal.
Unfortunately, breaking the combat chain is going to make sure that shield gets a lot of use this turn.
Well, he took the 1 from the arcane.
I don't think there's a way around breaking the combat chain though, because you have to play the non-attack action and the shackle separately to get multiple go again.
Well, he's letting it rip, pitching a blue. 2 floating, 1
Another
floating.
invert going to the bottom. Four go again. 2 cards left in hand. Think he need. I don't know. Maybe play that blue Rip. Unless he's got really good cards in hand, that thing is just going to start bleeding
Well, he
him,
could
and it's not very good.
Shadow Verser, banish. I guess I don't know.
They're both going to have go again.
Rip for 5, rip for 3.
Oh, that's right. This is the best time to play them with that extra +1, especially the blue one. 3 is a little more respectable than 2.
Do you think he potentially runs a shadow out here just to do 3? And then take 1 less blood debt?
Oh, I don't know. The shadows, he's already used 1. Those are pretty important for pulling out Eclipse. Is there a chance he plays Eclipse here?
1, 2, 3, 4. He's only played 4 or 5?
But shadow, rip, rip, shadow, seeping. That's 5.
Yeah, that there would be no way to play it here. Wait, actually he could Aether Ironweave. No, he couldn't.
I'm so curious what the Oldhim card is, but he probably just arsenals it. I'm gonna try to remember.
Yeah.
look.
So someone pointed out that was a lake. That was the 3rd lake, and the other 2 are at the bottom of the deck, ish. So it's actually looking reasonable that Mitch could pull off a big turn with Eclipse later, because those Channel Lake Frigids are not coming up anytime soon.
Yeah, that was a really good turn for Mitch. It was his first Art of War turn. And his only.
Mitch, I believe Mitch skipped a Shackle this game. So we should get some of those first pitches on Shackle 6, right?
He did shuffle.
He sonated at some point.
Right, Sonata.
Oh my gosh.
Guardian of the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Running the Shadow Unmovable.
I think that's reasonable in the Bravo matchup, but I don't think that's particularly useful in the Oldhim matchup.
Yeah, was it a 6 block?
Yeah,
I
you can
don't-
pay 2 to retrieve it from the banish zone, and then it costs 2 to play it. So this is going to be it's either going to bleed him for quite a while or be an expensive, just kind of game pause, really. Oh, wait.
What?
Mhm.
I thought we banished 2 earlier.
Is there a way you can check the banish zone?
Um,
Well,
There
Fab
could be
Foundry
a-
would not let you load in 4.
I've had a deck that was bugged before, and it kept spawning in 4 potions for me, and energy potions.
Huh.
You're the 4th Art of War. That's good.
Dude, I run a suite of 6.
I run 3 red Art of Wars.
Well, let's go, Mitch. Hopefully, just one earlier. I
Yeah,
don't know.
we
I
The
can-
don't
bug,
think he's banished one sooner, has he? I just went
bug-
through the YouTube and
the bug could have been the other way, or he had his like his blood debt pile like kind of in his banish, like below his deck, and maybe it was the same card and it was just the one.
Yeah, maybe. We can check later if we need to.
I'd be
but
shocked if it was actually a 4th one, but I'm
Yeah.
just trying to.
I don't think it is.
We'll just say he's a real gamer and he ripped his 3rd Art of War right after the 2nd one.
Like any good chain player.
Any good chain player.
And they were back to back. Let's go.
Let's see. He has still a seeping shadows. Bounding Demigon's good to see down there. What is that 4th card on the left? Oh, it's a Howl from Beyond.
Hell, yep.
Not particularly a lot of fuel for the Art of War. Has he chosen the modes? Did he do banish?
Oh, yeah, he did
Okay.
banish go again.
Okay, banish go.
And then he drew off the Easter egg.
Seems reasonable. Looks like he'll be attacking a lot from hand, if anything, this turn.
Like a red plunder run. He decided not to play.
Oh, he had to put a card on bottom of the deck for E-Strike. I know we basically just talk about chain the entire time because Oldhim is just in the defensive position.
The Oldhim here is a pretty one-track game
Yeah.
plan. He's gonna not take damage, swing the winners well.
No
Getting some
shackle.
more go again.
Ooh, Exude here is pretty good.
5 go again. Yeah, this is a good card against Oldhim. He is not chock full of 8, 9, 12 attack cards like Bravo is. So
He has shown glacial footsteps already, though.
he has some, but they're not as plentiful. So there is a chance you catch Oldhim out who like maybe he just wanted to play a Fate Foreseen or a Sink Below, and now he's in a weird position. He also has a lot of ice cards that don't have a lot of attack or any at all if you're pitching like Channel Lake Frigids and stuff.
I'd way rather see him play it late if he has the chance. So I don't know if like using it to pitch for Rosetta Thorn or something is a better use. Because like 4 now with all the text does not mean as much as 4 later with all the text. Plus you have it like in combination with all the blues.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. If it's stacked with your massive pile of blues, you might be able to just like triple pump it. I don't. Oh, I guess he could have. I feel like he maybe should have played that Howl from Beyond onto this. Come in for 8. What would he be using the 2 resources for? He has not shackled yet.
Depends on that card in hand.
But still grasp.
Imagine the rest of the turn's gonna look like shackle bounding Rosetta.
Well, depending on what's in hand, he could howl shackle bounding Rosetta.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, any pitchable card that
Yeah,
would be.
true.
He could just do that. Yeah.
Oh, there's the Oakenold.
It's a really
So he's
good
blocking
block.
for enough.
Yeah.
That's 2 Oakenolds down though. Which is good.
2 damage can come over the top here.
feel like it would be good to block with the shield here because he knows that Mitch is going to have to break the combat chain with the shackle.
Yeah, and
Confirm.
if I'm going to do the shield and crown, I try to crown super early, so you get at least see the
Wait.
card, and you can still control
he
when that.
Yeah.
pumping the exude to 7?
He's pumping the exude. I feel like that's not what you want to do here.
Yeah, the bounding plus Rosetta threatens more.
Okay.
His opponent has shown that he wants to hold on to those cards because he's not pitching for crown or shield. So I'm going for 2 extra damage rather than what could have been 7, 8,
10.
9, 10, 11. Is the bounding's red, right? It would be plus
Yeah.
1.
Bounding's red, yeah.
Plus 1, right?
Yeah,
Does this help the end game a little bit more though?
maybe he is expecting to run into Eclipse soon. But we've now used a lot of go again cards. All the steepings are gone. All the Art of Wars are
Oh, I
gone.
didn't see that mansion. I'm glad they caught it, and I don't have
The
to
big turn is looking a
Wait,
little
wait,
less
wait.
big at this moment. But we are approaching Shackle 6. So I imagine we are going to see Eclipse soon. Does he?
I don't know. Hal into bounding Demagon there seems pretty good. When you can, because then you get to Arsenal the Rift Bind, you take 2 less blood debt, and you still threaten more damage this turn.
You don't want Rift Bind in Arsenal. It doesn't get the bonus. But shackling, playing bounding, and then pitching Rift Bind to Rosetta was 11 damage. So it's interesting that now he's deciding to use Crown and you want to do that earlier in the turn, right? You were just saying that, Aaron. If you're gonna draw cards or move cards around, you want to see your options earlier.
Especially because of Exude and how that messes with it all. So I would have been doing it a bit sooner, but I don't. I mean, it's not going to change a whole lot. I think either way, this line that the Oldham's doing gets more information from the opponent, and my line gets more information for myself. So I think it's a trade-off. I don't. It's hard to say which one's better. So at least
What's
Mitch.
that?
I was gonna say at least Mitch actually has Oldham on the back foot, just because the turns are now ending up as being Arsenal pass.
That's
It's-
true. That
It's
is where you
so
want
hard
to
to keep it up, and Mitch is not arsenaling, and I wonder if you could have achieved that same amount of pressure with an arsenal. But then again, Shane doesn't
Oh.
always need it.
That is a
Soul
rough
Reaping.
handful of banishes. Soul Reaping's pretty bad. Losing more go again cards is pretty bad. Yeah, his banish.
It's a blue Rift Bind.
Oh no.
He was at 21.
Who's at 21?
Oh, Mitch
No.
was at 21. He took the 2 blood debt last turn.
Mm-hmm.
The guy you played is actually in the YouTube chat right now.
Yeah, I see. Hey, Manton. Yeah, he was at 21 because they were just about tied, and then he took the. Soul Reaping has been my favorite card to combo with Eclipse because, like, if you draw Eclipse, you actually cannot get it to the banish zone without Soul Reaping, I believe. I don't know if that's 100% true, but
You Art of War.
oh, yeah, that's no, you can't. You cannot. It's not an attack action.
Oh, that's true.
So, like, if you, I've had a lot of games where I draw the Eclipse like mid or early, and I have to throw it to the bottom. I'd rather it just hit the banish zone and be ready to go whenever.
Oh, is this turn that much of a wash?
What was that? Oh, he's picking up the okay. Yeah, that's a bit yikes.
Is he just gonna try and clear the blood debt right now?
What kind of looks like? You think he puts that Guardian in Arsenal or? Oh, yeah, there's Eclipse in hand. So now he has to wait till all of the deck is gone, basically, until Eclipse hits the field. So endgame is going to be tight here. Especially with this, what is essentially taking a turn off. Playing the Riftbind.
Because the two Oakenolds earlier that we saw, we haven't seen like any endless winners, I don't think. So I mean, hopefully the clapback from Oldham isn't too rough.
That's true. That is kind of a big thing.
We haven't seen Pulse yet either, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
So I think the Oakenold odds are super low. Endless is pretty high if he plays it.
Another thing to consider that I forgot Oldham has is Blizzard. So
We
on
have
Mitch's
seen a
big
Blizzard.
turn- Seen one, I think.
Yeah, we saw it early on.
Early, yeah. Chances are looking actually pretty decent though that he does have Blizzard available for this endgame turn.
Stepped away for a second. He picked up the Guardian
Yes.
and then played a Howl.
Yep. And played Rift.
Isn't the Guardian his action for the turn?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think he's another action point to be doing the rest of this turn.
Oh.
It's a real bad turn if he picks up the Guardian here.
Oh yeah.
Because he still has 2 cards in blood
Oh,
and the
there's
Banish,
no-
1 less Shackle.
Ooh.
Eclipse still in hand.
Yep.
Good catch. Looks like that guy caught it right then.
That is really,
So he
really
loses
bad.
his shackle and he passes the turn.
Yeah, this Guardian of the Shadow Realm might single-handedly cost him the game.
Dang.
Yeah. This is not where you want to be on this many Shackles against an
Yeah.
Oldham.
Oldham's is about to go in with a 5-card hand, take no damage, and Mitch is going to bleed 2 and have Eclipse still stuck in hand. At most, draw 1 card. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna take 2 Arsenal.
Probably puts the.
Oh.
What card was it?
Plunder Run.
Was it the? Oh. I guess you don't need the Guardian in the Arsenal. You don't need to worry about Dominate, really.
No, but showing that.
But
doesn't
yeah,
feel
showing
good.
the Plunder Run. I'm not sure what it
Maybe the opponent didn't
affects.
see it.
Maybe
Oh.
he's seeing. Yeah.
Oh.
Oof.
So now we are in the realm of like he definitely has pummel, right? Because he didn't.
Yeah,
have
he's blocked with 1, but there's still 2 more.
Well, if he runs yellows and reds, he probably
Yeah,
doesn't run yellows.
some Oldhams will run more than the 3. We're blocking with not Husk. Oh, it's not. He doesn't have Husk.
Yeah.
That's right. And yeah, he can't block with the Guardian. This is just like real bad. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, we're praying.
You know he's got it.
Chances are
It's
looking
such
slim
an
to move
easy
on for Team
choice.
Fab Foundry.
What's the choice here?
Just like to send the pummel if you have it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
No question.
Yeah, it's.
You can even crown to dig for it if he wants to.
I think he just has it.
Sorry, Anthony.
I agree with the Aether Ironweave in this matchup. It's just when Husk would be good, it's like, oh no, why don't I have the busted armor?
I think he's crying because I said your team's chances are looking slim right now.
Oh,
Was it?
Yeah.
Was he the first game today? So it was you 3.
yeah.
If If it's a pummel here, oh no, no pummel.
Oh, no pummel. Ooh,
Gosh, easy
Well,
clap.
that's fortunate.
that is
I thi-
fortunate.
We're so used to the pummel because of JT.
Dude, they always have it. Okay, so Mitch took a bit of an oof turn, but Oldham sending just the CNC was not the most stellar turn either. We're a little more back on track, but not entirely. Mitch gonna burn some more cards here. That's the real problem with missing that turn, is just kind of burning some cards for free.
He burned what, 5 last turn?
Yeah,
Couldn't be
something
played.
like that. Looks like we got 3 blood debts here. Time snap would be nice to put down on the field right about now, preparing for that endgame turn, but there it goes to the banish zone.
So we got 5 in blood debt. We know there's an eclipse in hand.
A plunder run an arsenal.
Oh, that's right. The eclipse could just be played from hand if he could manage, but this is that's 0, that's 1, that's 1, that's 1. He would need some go again, which I don't. Seems like a pretty
He
impossible.
does have the plunder run.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it does.
It's seeming really slim that he could pull
The
off an
Aether
eclipse
Iron
here.
Weave helps. Man, we know
He
he
would
has
have to
Guardian of
push.
Shadow Realm in hand too, which is such a dead card right now.
Oh, that's true. Oh yeah, we know that's dead. We know.
Yeah, he has Guardian plus Eclipse plus Plunder Run and a mystery card.
So it's
Yeah, that's
probably
what's all
not going to
about.
happen this turn, but maybe he ends up arsenaling the Eclipse and then playing it next turn when he hits the bottom of the deck. I'm not sure how many cards are left in deck. Oldham standing over there looking menacing. Tunic available. Crown available.
Crater Fist huge.
Crater Fist huge, indeed.
Unused as well.
Yeah. It's not as bad as, well, I guess the Tunic basically equates to 1 damage block. The Crown's 1 damage. It's kind of the same as seeing like a Tech Plating and a Crater Fist. So we have the Plunder Run out.
Man, we'll miss this card.
It's so good when you're playing it and it's like popping off, but like being on the receiving end of Plunder Run is such a vomit-inducing experience.
Oh, it's miserable. I've been on the other end of Plunder Run into Plunder Run into Plunder Run. It's not fun to play against. I think what we need is a farewell to Plunder Run event.
Everybody's deck is
This is-
just 40 Plunder Runs.
What color is this? Blue? I can't tell.
Yes, blue and hollow rights.
So this is for 5.
So he gets to put a Howl back on bottom here. Anthony, Joe was on Prism? Is that what I saw in the chat?
What Joe?
Joe Cologne.
Joe Mama.
Oh,
I can't believe he didn't walk into that one.
He's such a zoomer, Brandon.
what do you want me to do? It's his name. How can I not?
Yeah, but you gotta get Bill with it. So he's starting 5 here.
Well, I'm glad I didn't go Prism this week. That would have been miserable into the
Did he shackle this? Yeah, he shackled this. Okay.
Yep.
Actually, Lightning Briar is a little easier to deal with if I went like full defensive.
Full blocks this. Doesn't even use the crown yet.
Prism over Bravo, classic. There is something in this matchup. Once Oldham has started hitching and committing some cards to block, and you're someone like Chain who can go again maybe a few more times. Once they're like 2 or 3 cards down, there is a little bit of relief where you're like, okay, some damage is about to go through because they can't. If they lose everything, I'm in a winning position, and they don't swing back. Not sure how much go again he can achieve here though. He's already shackled, right?
Yeah.
So we did 5 go again, put a thing back on bottom. It looks like he is going for the Aether Iron Weave.
Yep, pops it. 2 resource.
Oh, that's rough.
Did he? He has not drawn off the plunder yet, right?
Nope.
Okay, so he is full committing to get this plunder run draw.
Oh, we're gonna see that last card in hand.
Oh, that is a
that's
good
huge.
one. That's a really, really good one.
Oh man. Riftbind for 3.
Oh, unfortunately, a blue
4?
Riftbind.
1,
Yeah,
2,
4,
3,
go
4,
again.
Go again. Draw and hit.
Opponent gets a shield of 2.
Yeah, this is. Wait, did he block a
Crater
shield?
Fist and shield blocks. He did.
Yeah, he used the shield plus sink below on the
Yeah.
first attack. So you can shield plus Crater Fist to block this out if he wants.
I'm not sure. Yeah, now I'm confused by the Iron Weave. This attack is not big enough. Like we're not getting that draw at in a timely manner, like to play enough blood deck cards for the Eclipse. I think. I mean, yeah, he can't even pay for. You'd have to pitch the Eclipse. He might be planning on doing Howl, one of these other attacks, but
I mean, how Ghostly Visit? That's.
it's damage, but it's not. It's not setting up Eclipse. Actually, like playing out these cards kind of takes away the Eclipse game plan. We're running out of cheap cards to play for Banish Zone.
You think there, if he Shadow Puppetries into Howl Ghostly just to get a potential good arsenal
Maybe.
instead of Refine? But he'd have to pitch the Eclipse then.
I think he's gonna Arsenal the Eclipse and maybe swing Rosetta with that last resource. Because that's okay. So we're halfway to Eclipse next turn with a blue, right? We've got the Howl, the Ghostly, and Demigon. That's 3 resources. So depending on the deck size,
And
we
we're
might
drawing 4
see.
cards and 7 Banish.
Yeah, so we might see those inverts come back up. It kind of needs to happen now. Ursa needs to get some value.
It's played 6 cards with Blood Debt, right? Not played 6
Yeah.
cards from Blood Debt?
Yes, correct.
Banish? Okay.
They can be from hand. Two floating. Seems reasonable. You think he crowns with the other resource?
No, I think
No, he needs to stop. It wouldn't stop the draw. Yeah. That's a non-attack in the graveyard.
I'm surprised he didn't block it with Crater Fist, but he must not have much of a turn. Probably just an ice card in hand to wail with.
Yeah, blocking with the tears here isn't terrible. I mean, you play the tear and something else next turn with the card, the amount of cards he had in hand. So
Oh, he's gonna full pass here. Should he have just ult him hero powered? I mean, I don't think the card count on his side is gonna be relevant, but he could have ult him hero powered for that 2 damage. I like to use it whenever it's convenient.
Yeah, obviously pitching's a little better than just straight discarding.
Ooh, this is gonna be a very important 7 cards. He's definitely on the fatigue plan, Anthony. I'm just curious, which would be the opposite. Like, why block with the Autumn's Touch rather than pitch it for hero power?
Ooh, we hit
A lot of
4
hits.
cards. Is that gonna
Yeah.
do it?
2
you got
inverts.
8 to play with.
2 inverts, an unhallowed
8 to play
Rising,
with.
3
2 are
Rain,
instants.
and a Bounding Demigon. That's some expensive stuff, though.
Well, a blue and a yellow
1,
gets
2.
him 5 cards deep, but he's gonna need go again twice. Which is why I think you should never creepers until this turn.
So if he has a Shadow Verser in hand, he could potentially do it.
Yeah, and that's not unreasonable. Although playing a blue from hand in this scenario sucks a little bit. Oh, the inverts. If Oldhim has 2 non-attack actions in his graveyard, the inverts can guarantee some arcane damage here, and then the rip has go again.
So you could invert, howl, rip. That's 4. Shackle.
Bounding or this ghostly visit over here. He's got howl to play with, so you can make this happen with a couple blues.
Thinking way back to the turn that Oldhim blocked with the Channel Lake Frigid, if he would have kept that for a whale, I feel like Chain would not be on such party time right now. But I mean, obviously, it's hard to say. But there has not been an iced whale in a few turns, and I wonder
Yeah.
if those, like, letting a few points of damage to keep up on the whale would have helped him not have to eat these big old turns.
Right, and Chain is looking healthy here now that he's not been taking whales left and right, and it looks like he might be able to construct a an Ursur turn.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so I think we need a little more than 2 blues. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Blizzard chance also
5, 6,
increasing
7.
though. That's a good point. Blizzard could really end
Oh.
here. Unless Mitch has 4 blues in hand.
Yeah, if Mitch has 3 or 4 blues in hand, or a yellow mixed in there, he'd be doing pretty good.
What is happening?
I don't know, that was weird. Tunic to crown here.
I think he's a little.
Yeah, so he is going to block the first invert, but the second
Yeah, we've only
one.
seen one.
So I don't know what Oldhim has to have 2 non-attacks in the graveyard for this to work.
We've seen a channel and we've seen a terrace under.
Oh, that's right. He blocked with the channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're in there. Not to seem biased, Oldhim player. Sorry, Quinn. You're doing great.
Whoever's on the beat down, you just gotta root for them. And they make it through the wall or not.
Yep, there's the second invert. We're gonna guarantee 1 arcane here.
Is he afraid of a remembrance on the CNCs?
I mean, you never know what could happen. So, like, when you are doing stuff like this, it's just good practice to always pick the biggest threats possible.
Yeah. I mean, if Oldhim can defend this turn, Mitch has like 1 turn of death.
Well, so he'll have Ursur and probably like Rune Chant, Swing Rosetta from there on out if he does get down to like a couple cards, but he's still got a little gas in the tank. Going down 0-2 in the match was just to get everyone on our side. Yeah, we gotta do the reverse sweep here. So from the looks of it, we are going to see Ursur come out this turn. Now, the question is whether or not he's going to be able to attack with Ursur. He's going to need another go again at least.
Yeah, so it's all going to come down to what's in that hand.
Yeah, so it all comes down to what cards he has. Does Mitch have cards that are played?
4, go again.
Okay, so that's 3. Now, if we play the Howl, Shackle, Ghostly, we're at 5. But we're gonna, like, for Ursur to swing, we need some other form of go again here. The Boundings are a good sign. If he has, like, a Mavrian or a... what's the 0 cost? Gives +1 and go again. That one.
Battle Puppetry.
Yeah, if he's got either of those, the Demigons can get in, and then we'll have enough action points to swing with Ursur, I think, or maybe not. No, yeah, that would allow Ursur to swing. but that's gonna require a blue to play. I guess it could be a yellow, because you can play both the boundings. You could do howl, shackle, bounding, shadow
Captain Skull?
puppetry.
Oh.
Oh no. Wait. Oh, okay. So this exactly gets Cursor out, right?
No, that's 5.
0.5, yeah.
Well, he has
Double invert.
Oh, he can
Well,
bounding and then.
he's got
Oh,
the
he's
bounding.
shackled,
He has the
yeah.
other bounding, and then you play Ursur, but you don't get to attack with it. Oldhim might hold enough. And, well,
To
actually,
kill
he
it.
kind of can't. I don't know if he wants to take that much damage, though.
That seems fine, though, right?
Turn timber.
If his opponent just
Oh
swings at your
my
Ursur.
god, a fused turn timber?
Gross.
And you guys were kind of bummed about the red pitches, but I think keeping some reds in the deck is good. I mean, if they get banished from Shackle, that's real bad, but I don't know the deck count.
Mitch pitching red?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you do. I mean, if they're your like end game attacks, you do want to be pitching those.
So right now, if he gets this as a hand, it's like blue, flock, E-strike, and CNC. That could be okay.
Oh yeah, CNC's still in the deck. It's really weird not being able to see the card counts. I have no idea what he's
Yeah.
going to be drawing and banishing.
I trust Bill's mental math on it. I think he's got probably 1 turn left.
Yeah, I think Oldham's trying to keep enough to kill Ursur here.
We're going to have to go through 12 cards.
I just
Like
got serious deja vu. Really bad. I think I did this to Ryan. This like almost the exact same, right? Like you just barely squeak out Ursur, and then he just like CNC'd Ursur. I was like, wait, no, target me, please.
Like, we don't have a token.
You got 3 cards, and we do know that Endless Winter has not really been seen, so might just get Endless Wintered or CNC'd, or I think Ursur's just gonna die here.
After seeing Earthor Surge and Turn Timber just now, I'm starting to have my doubts on if Endless Winter's even in this deck. We will see.
He's been pretty earth heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he is doing. Oh, that explains why he's probably missed Ice Whale a bunch of times.
Hmm.
Oh.
Oh,
Boo.
rip endgame. He should have fused it and dominated.
Was that red?
It is
Yeah.
red. Ursur was obliterated. All right, but Oldhim is at 11 health and
We're about to
has
get
no
8
arsenal.
banish, 4 hand.
Did we get a full 8? I don't know how much he has left.
He has like 10 left or something.
Okay.
There's just a couple cards left.
This needs to be spice.
That's about it then.
It looks kind of spicy.
Like
There's
5
some
hits?
playables.
Yeah, 5 hits.
A plunder run would be so
I
good
believe
right
that's the
here,
last
but
howl.
he does not have it in arsenal. He can recycle the howl though. Actually, he can recycle 2 howls. If he's stacked with blues in hand, I think you play both the howls and then you go in with your unhalloweds and put the howls back, and then you do the howls again on the ghostly visit next turn, or the Ursur or something. For sure, what he needs to be doing here is getting Rosetta off as much as possible, because he's about to run out of value. He needs to just make the most out of every turn, or what resources are left. This is where it gets a little dicey when you run out of extra ways to give go again, and you're just working with the shackle every turn. Especially when you're trying to get over Oldhim defenses. Like, you need a couple go agains to really make an impact. Shackling to 9.
Oops.
Getting a real good close-up of the combat chain.
Oh yeah.
This is unhallowed for 7. 5.
Oh.
5. Yeah. 5 go again.
Putting the unhallowed back. Is he gonna draw that?
He might.
Ooh, he should keep the Urser and Banish Zone for next turn, maybe?
Second time he's struggling to put it on bottom.
I'm really curious what's in Oldham's hand. If he's like
So what, you think he should like invert Thorn here?
something like that. I don't know when the best time to do invert is. Is he at 12? Yeah, he's at 12 HP. Invert is a good, like if it's just sitting there, it's always threatening that too. So your opponent always has to think about it and then finding the most inconvenient time for them to block it. This is actually a good time because he doesn't have crown, so he can only block one of it. And he has to pitch a card just to block the one. Greater Fist finally seeing some action. Gonna block the full 5 here. I don't know how many cards are left in deck, so it's a little tricky. I don't know if you do the other Unhallowed to get the other
Howl from Beyond.
Howl from Beyond back on bottom. It depends if you're gonna draw them or banish them. If you're gonna draw them, I don't think I'd make that play. I think I swing Rosetta here.
Preempting a two damage buffer.
Yeah, so you definitely don't play invert here, obviously. He's played 1 on attack. Riftbind is a nice plump 4 damage, I guess. Ooh, another Unhallowed. Does he just let the damage shield absorb that, or is he saving it for Arcane? Probably saving it for Rosetta or Invert. But Mitch is looking to take a good chunk of blood debt damage here. It's
At
not
the very
too...
least 3.
Yeah, something like that. It's not particularly relevant because we're in the last couple turns regardless before he runs out of cards. So like taking the damage is fine to an extent. I wouldn't want to take like 5, but if that's all you got, swing Rosetta, hope for the best.
Yeah, Oldham's on a 2-card hand.
But if his hand is like 2 blues and playing an Unhallowed gets two howls that are gonna get banished next turn, I think I'd go for that for the really tall Riftbind. A lot of thinking going on here. Both players need to make sure every resource, every point of damage is going to the right place. So they are neck and neck on the last couple turns of the game here. I don't think Oldham is going to find Channel Mount Road or the Channel Lake Frigid fast enough. Blizzard is, however, bound to come up really soon. But Mitch can play around that if he goes tall next turn, like I was talking with the Howl from Beyond. There goes the damage shield. So playing invert is back on the table of being not that bad. If you like pitched a blue or a yellow, did invert and Rosetta, I think that's reasonable.
He has 1 resource.
Oh, he has 1 float. Oh, right. Okay. Well, he would if he wants to swing Rosetta, he has to. If he wanted to do
Yeah.
both, he'd need to pitch a card. But if he's got blues in hand, I think you do just you don't arsenal and you hold those and you try to banish
Howls.
your howls.
So yeah, the play here might actually be to unhallowed.
I
that
think
one
it is.
resource.
Yeah, I think you do the red unhallowed. Tunic's a couple turns away from being live. That's good. He is gonna go for the unhallowed rights. Make a nice big plump riftbind next turn. Is that a what color is that other unhallowed on the board?
Red.
In the banish zone.
It's red.
So they're in banish zone. There's a red unhallowed,
play
an
the
invert, a red riftbind, and a red ghostly visit.
Yep, a lot of reds.
Pretty good stuff to work with. He's probably he's gonna have to take 4 here, 3 or 4. Does Grasp have 1 block left on it?
Yes, it does. Oh, Mitch just drew 4.
Oh. Uh-oh.
That is an unfortunate game loss.
Oh, they're gonna rewind and
Oh,
redraw just to be sure. Oh man, that's like really unfortunate in such an intense end game scenario too. To like, at a big tournament, the judge would have to come over and basically, I think you like reveal your hand and they put one on bottom or something.
Tell him that how it goes to graveyard.
Yeah, they pick top or bottom, and you get like an IP2, I think.
The howl on the board goes to graveyard.
It should. Yeah.
That one goes bottom of the deck, right? Isn't that off the unhallowed?
Uh-oh.
Well, there should be 2 on the bottom of the deck. We know that much.
How do we check that?
I think he's looking at his graveyard to see if there's a howl.
I believe this is the one he put on bottom.
No, I think it goes in the graveyard because he had one on the board when he put that one on bottom.
Yeah, so this should be cleanup phase, right? Because there's like
Yeah.
nothing else on the board.
Yeah, we're on cleanup, so the howl is just supposed to be in the graveyard.
They're discussing it. We think it's the one in the graveyard.
Just look in the graveyard. There should be only no howl from Eons in there.
Is there one in your graveyard already? That should be in the graveyard then. Because you put 2 on the bottom, right? So the only other one should be in the graveyard. Watch him just draw 4 again. Yeah, he went from 12 to 8 from 4 blood debt. Draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards.
Say it louder.
What? Everything good?
Is the opponent going to give him an IP2?
I have no idea.
Mitch is just getting chewed out in the car right now.
There is a judge channel in the Challenge League Discord. Maybe they. Okay, looks like we're continuing. Draw 2, skip Arsenal. All right, back to Oldham. Probably attacking for 4, or does he set up Arsenal to like try to full block as much as he can for the rest of the game. Is this 4 damage relevant?
Buying suspense. I think so.
I don't know. It's so.
I think it really depends on how much deck Mitch has left here.
It's
He's
gone
definitely
here for sure.
yeah. He's about
If
to
he's
banish
if it's
the
gone
rest
here
of
for
it.
sure, then I don't think you care about this 4.
Yeah, I think he arsenals and goes maximum defense because he knows 2 howls are coming. Yep, he is going to go for the arsenal. Turn on Crown of Seeds. Unfortunately for Oldham, Spring Tunic is not up on what is probably going to be the most important part, the most important turn left in the game. Oh dang, there was some cards in there. CNC, rip in peace.
Yeah, it didn't make it.
E strikes.
So you got a Bounding, a Riftbind, and 2 Howls. This is gonna have to be the turn.
I wonder if there's a world where Mitch could have waited a turn for the Eclipse. It's obviously impossible to say for sure, but
Yeah, there's a lot of things I think probably could have been done to maximize Eclipse. Missing the time snap potions was kind of rough. That would have been really pivotal to attack with Ursa with a turn he came out.
I just hope
I
there's
think
some
you-
serious blues in hands because we're about to walk into a blizzard.
I think he had to run Ursa out when he did. I don't think you're not getting more go again as the game goes on. He's not gonna get to swing with it later, but also him making his opponent swing that glacial at it for 10 meant that he got to keep 2 or 3 more cards in hand to use as resource.
That's true.
So he prevented 10 damage and got to keep more cards for resource.
His opponent also had to take extra damage to keep enough cards to kill Ursa.
Mm-hmm.
So Ursa, in a way, did damage. Yeah, so I'm not too worried about Blizzard here because we're going tall with the I've said it like 10 times. Howl from
Riftbind.
Beyond. Well, yes, that, and we're gonna double buff with the howls. We're gonna go Riftbind.
Riftbind.
And then he actually banished a second Riftbind, which is pretty huge. Playing
So that's
2
11
non-attacks
go
here.
again.
Pretty big.
Oh man, are we gonna see another fused whatever that Earth
Turn Timber?
reaction was? Yeah, that'd be so just devastating. Any big defense reaction here could have unmovables or staunches. What you want to see as the chain player here is just your opponent commit like 3 cards to this, then you're in a really good spot. You probably throw the other Riftbind and invert him or something. Third Oakenold coming out. That's not a turn timber.
we have not seen many big Guardian attack actions.
I wonder if we
there's the turn.
do see turn timber.
That blocks it out.
But there, we know the last card in hand is an Earthlore Surge, which is not going to block for much. I had something on my mind. Oh, I wonder if he doesn't have a lot of the big Guardian attacks, just fully expecting to go Fatigue today or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I think the different versions are becoming, like the turn timber versions. I mean, he really does not care about Chain's health total at all until like the actual end game.
He's going to put a Howl back in with Unhallowed. He's going to draw that, but I mean, if he's got a blue in hand, he should be okay. for 4. Is it better to be Rosettaing here? Because he can only block. Well, I guess he's got Crown active, so he could block both Arcane, but
This gives him the Howl to make that Riftbind bigger.
that's true. That's pretty good. Another chonky turn next turn. Is he Oldhim hero powering?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
So he's gonna full pass. Yeah, it is really unfortunate. He gets to keep Arsenal, and Mitch gets 0 damage through this turn. That's actually really rough. He's gonna take 4 blood debt. So he really needs. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
What was that? Was that another
Unhallowed Rites Red.
Unhallowed? He can't really afford to continue cycling those though, because the blood debt's gonna kill him. He needs to play out this banish zone.
So he is seeping.
Blue Riftbind.
God, I just had it in my head. Yeah, blue Riftbind,
Howl from
and he put
Beyond.
a Howl from Beyond and a mystery card.
And the Arsenal
The
is
red
its own
unhallowed.
mystery card.
So he can again.
The seeping is interesting. I mean, he can basically make the same play as last turn minus 3 damage.
He could invert, Howl, Riftbind, Shackled, and then Howl Unhallowed again. Oh, he's gonna Seeping.
This can get really rough if Oldhim ice reacts. What are we using seeping on? Blue bounding for what?
So let's go number 3. Go again?
3 go again? Yeah.
I mean, maybe just trying to clean blood debt a little bit.
Shackle up. Rosetta's live. I wonder if we'll see that get swung. You know, he's got the Unhallowed in hand, or the Howl. So you might be tight on resources here. Pitching the Howl. Just gonna redraw all those pitch cards at the end. Yeah, it does look like he wants to just clear out the banish zone here. But, oh, here comes the blizzard. If Mitch has a blue left in hand, if that's his last card, we get through the blizzard and swing Rosetta or the Rift Binders. I don't think you want to swing the Rift Bind though without the Howl. I think you swing Rosetta and take 2 blood debt. I don't know. This is a pretty tough spot.
Yeah, not a good spot for Mitch. Assuming he's gonna have to block here, he'll be down 1 less card for resource too.
Exactly. And we're throwing the shield in. I assume Blizzard's resolving here. Oldhim takes 3, and he's gonna crack back with something really inconvenient. Yeah, I think that's gonna seal the deal. Mitch cannot block with cards and keep up enough pressure.
Oh, yeah.
That is yeah.
That's
gonna
pretty big.
cost that's gonna cost most of his hand or all of it, and that's pretty much gonna be game there. I think he has 1 block on grasp. Where is Guardian of the Shadow Realm when you need him?
Yeah, I think after this block, there's not a world where you can threaten 7 through full hand.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think last turn should have been play the Howl again into Riftbind, invert and all that. He really needed to force Oldhim to block with more cards. Oh, the Guardian was the last mystery card. But Mitch cannot pay for any cards.
Yeah, you'll just die to Blood Dagger.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, he fought it out. LSS would be proud.
And that is a win for Oldham, and Hyperloops takes the win over Team Foundry for week 5. There are still 2 matches that will be played to determine tiebreaker scores. There is a chance that our Team Foundry goes to the finals. I don't remember who had to. Somebody had to lose like 2-3 or worse, and then we could slip in. I'm not sure how that's gonna shake out, but good games to Team Hyperloops going into the championship round top seed, I imagine.
GG's. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thanks guys. This was fun.
Yeah, I would definitely be down to do some more of this.
Yeah, we should definitely hone in on that. It was
Yeah,
pretty easy.
the commentary would be fun if I didn't have to look up literally every card that Mitch played. You guys were like, yeah, you can do Howl into this, and I had to like, hang on, what does that do?
Chain's a bit of a yeah, there's so many play lines because you've got the Banner Zone laid out, and then depending on whether they're full fatigue or aggro or somewhere in between,